however far or however deep you think the swab is going to go, it goes further. It's like almost into your brain. Hey guys, so as you might have seen on the news recently, South Korea had been doing amazingly well in controlling and slowing down the outbreak of COVID-19. So much so that we haven't had to have a complete lockdown, and we've been able to go about, our daily lives to some degree of normalcy. And we even went a few weeks without any domestic cases, and any foreign cases stayed below 10 for a considerable amount of time. I think 2 or 3 weeks it was. But all that was undone last weekend when a new cluster infection started in, probably one of the most popular places in Seoul, Itaewon. And to make a long story short, basically this man went clubbing in Itaewon, then a few days later got sick, got tested, and then tested positive for COVID-19. So now the government is like panicking because he's spread the infection, or he's infected other people, from all areas of Korea that happened to be in Itaewon that same night. And so yeah, the government is urging everyone that was like in and around the area, that was clubbing or drinking or whatever, during that time to go and get tested to ensure they can minimize the spread from getting worse. Even though I did not go clubbing, I did not go drinking, I did not meet anyone during that long weekend period, I happened to go to Itaewon one of those days, to go to a cafe, to study, to have lunch, and then, just relax, enjoy myself, like everyone else was. Like, it was fine. Everyone was on holidays, so, yeah. But a week later, then the news of this cluster infection broke out. So now it's like everyone that was in Itaewon during that time was recommended to get tested. Mainly the people who went clubbing or drinking. Anyway, I got a test. So the purpose of this video is just to share what it's like to get a coronavirus test. In Korea anyway. So I just want to share what it felt like for me. It was not pretty. I did not enjoy it. But having said that, it was very quick. The results came back in under 24 hours, and it was free. Being here in Korea, I'm very lucky that the testing has been so good, because anyone can go and get a test for free, and it's like not a big deal. In Korea, if you're going to get a test, you go to like the designated testing area, and then there's like a couple of tents where they conduct all the testing. And so the first thing I did was I got there, lined up, everyone's keeping about 1 meter, 2 meters distance, and then they call you into the first tent, and they just ask you what days you might have been in the affected area, or in the area they're like investigating. Just telling them like your schedule, where you went, what times, and what you did, kind of thing. So they can see like a timeline of where you went, what you did, blah blah blah. And so after they ask you those kind of questions, they move you on to the next tent, which is where they did the actual testing. And so once I got in there, I sat down. The lady was in like full medical hazmat suit, so it's kind of like intimidating, but it's for like safety reasons and all that stuff. So yeah, she got out a like hella long white swab cotton thing, and because I'd already seen clips on YouTube and I've seen pictures about other people getting tested, I kind of knew what to expect. But it wasn't until I was actually there and I saw how long the swab was, I was like, oh my god, this is gonna hurt. So basically they get that long cotton swab and they like shove it up your nose, and it goes, like so far down it like touches your soul. It goes so deep that even once she put it in and I felt like, oh my god, this is like not comfortable at all. Even after she did that, she's like, oh, I'm going a bit further. I'm like, no, please stop. It hurts. I was like clenching my fists, eyes closed, everything. It's just, you know, nothing's ever been that far up there. So it's like, what is this feeling? What is this pain? Yeah, it was so just uncomfortable and awkward and painful. I don't know how else to describe it. Just however far or however deep you think the swab is going to go, it goes further. It's like almost into your brain. Like you just lose all feeling and like sensation. Like you just can't move anything. You're frozen. And yeah, like I would not want to get tested again just because of that feeling. But you know, having said that, it was very quick. It lasted maybe 10 seconds. Yeah. But yeah, very uncomfortable. And I know some people might be like, oh, like don't be a pussy, it doesn't hurt, whatever, blah, 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 blah. Yeah, it was not pretty. It wasn't pretty. I could feel it like touch my soul. No, never again. I don't want to do it again. But I kind of feel relieved that it's, you know, over and done with. The results came back negative, so I'm good. And I understand why I had to get tested. But it is a little bit of a touchy subject now because, you know, Itaewon is popular for so many foreigners. Basically, everyone's got like a keen eye on foreigners now. Like, were they infected? Did they go clubbing and all that stuff? Even though they were nowhere near the area, which is kind of sad, but it's, you know, inevitable because it's Korea. And yeah, after she finally took out the long swab, they gave me like pieces of paper to tell me, you know, what the steps were to do next. And, you know, basically, because you don't get your results back until, you know, between 1 or 2 days. It can take up to between 1 or 2 days. Basically, you're not allowed to take public transport straight after you do the test. You have to walk back to your home, like straight away. Like, don't buy anything, don't touch anything, don't meet anyone, nothing. And then once you get home, you have to stay indoors, basically self-quarantine and isolate until the results come back. And so yeah, that's what I did. I walked home and I stayed home, and so it meant the next day, once I woke up, I got a text message saying that my test came back negative. So I was, you know, free to continue my normal routine. But obviously still maintaining, you know, like social distancing guidelines and hygiene practices, all that stuff. So yeah, the whole process was, you know, really quick. And yeah, once again, it was free. So I'm really glad that I finally got to get a test, just to have that, you know, peace of mind that, yeah, you know, nothing's wrong. And so yeah, I would, you know, highly recommend for anyone that's, you know, in Korea at the moment, even if you didn't go clubbing or whatever, if you haven't already been forced to take a test, just go and get one. It's free. Just to have that peace of mind, and, you know, if people ask you, you can be like, yep, I got tested, I'm fine, all that stuff. And for, I guess, the people back home in Sydney, I don't know what the testing is like over there, if it's similar to Korea's or whatever, but just know that while it is like really weird and like really uncomfortable for those 10 seconds, it's really not that bad. Slightly like invasive because it goes so far up your nose, it's crazy. But better that than, you know, like anywhere else in your body. So don't be scared, like it'll be fine. So yeah, that's all I wanted to, you know, share with you guys. Basically what it feels like to have a swab gone so far up your nose it goes into your soul kind of thing. So yeah, thanks for watching. If you have any questions, you know, type away in those comments, let me know. And I'll see you next time. Bye.